Okay. There we go. Hey guys. So I don't know when this is gonna. Let's see. Watching 0. Okay. So I'm trying something new here, guys. If and when anybody comes on here, let me know. If you can hear me, if you can see me, if everything's working out okay. I'm streaming through my laptop for YouTube. So I'm using this free software called OBS, and hopefully it's working. Oh, one watching. Okay. Yeah, so if you just hopped on, if you're the one person watching, let me know if the audio and video is working. It seems like it is. I'm not sure. I think I can see. Let's see. Live chat. All good. Sound is good. Oh, look at that. Live chat. Cool. Oh, it shows only one watching, but there's a few of you. Okay. Alright, sorry guys. So I'm getting used to this whole setup here, so I'm just going to be kind of staring at the screen. Okay, 6 watching. Cool. I just want to be able to see, make sure I can see when you guys are actually sending me messages. So yeah, so I'm sitting here in my living room, going through, sorting some CDs. Yeah, sorting some CDs. I got a new source, and so what happened is, if you've been paying attention to me for any length of time, you know that I had a source earlier this year that I found for books, gaylords of books, and then also they have mixed media, gaylords of CDs, DVDs, and some video games and whatnot, and a few other things mixed in there. So the great thing about that is that for 200 bucks I get a gaylord of all of that, lots of DVDs, and about 700, 900 or so CDs per gaylord on average after having gone through a few. So that's good. That's good. That's not that much or it's a good price, I should say. The dilemma is having to pull out or find the CDs, because that's my main thing for Amazon. I mean, aside from books, so I can't sell DVDs, on Amazon, but I can pull the CDs out and try to send in as many as I can to Amazon. But the problem is having to pull them out, right? Is having to sort through everything. So I had asked the same source if they had gaylords of only CDs, and they didn't. So that was too bad. I found another guy about a month or so ago who had CDs. I bought a few gaylords, but those were ones that he had actually gone through and only scanned the barcodes, but he had not manually looked up any of them. So I'm slowly going through those, but those aren't as good as, of course, CDs that have not been gone through yet. Sorry, just reading the chat. So at any rate, I was looking on Craigslist about a week ago, and I came across the post. It had just gone up like an hour before I had just started looking on there, so it just was dumb luck. And someone was looking to get rid of a ton of CDs, like they said over to 2,500 or so. They had 13 crates, like milk crates of them. And so I contacted the person. We texted back and forth and set up a time to go out there. And yeah, basically I went out and saw him, and nice guy. Him and another partner, his partner, they are resellers, but they do other stuff. They do like video games and other types of things, but they buy a lot of like closeout sales or whatever. So basically they come across all different types of stuff, you know, from media to non-media and whatnot, and they get a lot of like VHS tapes and 8-tracks and CDs. Mm-hmm. And no. My son's gonna help me. Look. And anyway, so basically they don't have anyone that buys the CDs in bulk off of them. They were selling some at swap meets and whatnot. But basically you know, I said, oh, well, definitely, I'd like to buy them all off of you. It was a really great price, like ridiculously low. So I was able to get, how many? 13 crates of CDs. Each crate holds around 200 CDs, so it was a little over 2,500 roughly. I've gone through a few hundred already, probably like 500 or so. And I have 9 more crates to go. I've already got, for FBA, I've got at least like, I don't know, 30 or so. A good amount that I've pulled out, a few that I can sell on eBay and a few merchant fulfilled. So yeah, so I'm just basically going through it and kind of wanted to make a video about it. Okay, sorry, just checking the chat. And yeah, so I kind of what I'm doing here is I've got, let me show you the crates. As you can see, they're crates like that, completely stuffed with CDs. It's roughly 200 in each of them. And like I said, I've got about 9 to go. So yeah, so there are all kinds of stuff, right? So basically I just pull the CDs out. Here's an example, one that's missing artwork. And then I just go through them. And I sort them. So basically I put them in piles. And they go into piles of CDs that have barcodes like this that I can actually scan. And then ones that don't have barcodes. Let's see if I can find one. Well, either it doesn't have a barcode or it has one of those, you know, barcodes you can't scan with the scanner. Well, this one doesn't have any, so that would go into a different pile. And then I make other piles of like video games, goes into one pile. It's a lot of like PC video games because the people that I bought these from sell video games, so they took out, you know, all of the actual like old school video games that would be in discs like PS1 or whatever it may be. But coming across like PC video games, occasionally I'll find some that I might actually be able to resell either on Amazon or eBay. But what I found is I can put old PC games, certain ones together into a lot and sell them on eBay. So I'm able to make some money off of that as well. It just depends on what the game is, though. Sometimes they're educational for kids. Sometimes they're, you know, they're old PC games. Sometimes they're like classic ones, that sort of thing. I also been coming across, I think it's, let me see, like this. Another language, you know, I believe that's Vietnamese. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And so I've been coming across some of these. I already came across a ton of Vietnamese music and DVDs in another bulk buy, and I wasn't able to sell it. So I basically just I'm probably not gonna donate it. What I'm trying to do is not have to donate any CDs. I'm either gonna send them to Amazon, eBay, or Declutter. And if they can't make any money off of any of those, then I'm gonna basically take the CDs out, and I'll sell loose CD lots. But when I have hundreds of them, and I already have close to a few hundred already, and I'll make a little bit of money off of that as well. And then I'll just use some of the better CD cases. So I'll just toss the broken ones, or maybe some CDs that I don't think people would want, or maybe they're like not actually they're CDs, but they're like, you know, only made a few of them, and then people probably aren't going to want them. So that's basically what I do. I end up with tons of piles here, even 200 CDs. There's a lot of them, not a lot, but there's some that the discs are missing. The artwork might be missing. Sometimes the CD's there, but the front artwork is missing, or just the CD's not there. So with these, there's not really any loose CDs because they're all packed into crates. So if there's not a CD in there, I'm just gonna reuse the case if it's in good condition without any cracks, or I'll just throw it out. I have a little bag here, so I'm just throwing out a lot of stuff too. I end up filling this bag when I go through a couple of crates. So yeah, it's a really good contact I made, and hopefully it works out. It would be the best one I've made so far in regards to CDs, aside from the first one that I made a while back when I first started doing bulk CDs, but he's no longer doing it at the moment, so I'm not able to get any CDs from him. And he was giving me boxes of CDs that he had not gone through, and that was ideal. But now I found another source similar to that, and if it's true what the guy says, that they get about the same amount, maybe 15 to 20 crates a month roughly, then it's going to be a great deal for me. And we'll see now as I'm going through it. I still have a lot to go through, but I want to see how many I actually pull out, because if it's 2,500 CDs, and I mean 10% would be great. That would be about 250 or so for Amazon. Hopefully FBA, but for Amazon, either FBA or merchant fulfilled. I still do a little bit of merchant fulfilled as well for certain ones that are higher ranked, and I sell some there. But yeah, so hopefully we'll see as I go through it. We'll see what happens. Here's another one. It looks like a cowboy, but it's in Vietnamese. And these, most of them don't have barcodes, and I don't know. I wish I knew if these hadn't made any money or were worth anything. I'm sure if somebody who's into Vietnamese music or in Vietnam or whatever would have a better idea, but I don't know how to sell those. Let's see. Okay, so here, guys, I'm going to look at some questions. Love your videos. Thank you everybody that's watching. So Michael asked, do you look just on Craigslist, or are there any other marketplaces that you regularly check out? Well, I've looked, Mike. I would say that Craigslist definitely, and then some of the local apps for selling, like OfferUp, and what's the other one? I can't remember it right now. Oh, Let Go, I think. So those two. I don't know if there's any others. Those two are worth looking on because on one of those I found the source that I have for the Gaylords of books and mixed media. So between those two, that's where I found most of my stuff. And the first source that I found of the CDs was on Craigslist as well. So Craigslist still is a big one, but I would also use the apps. That's been good for me as well. Okay. All right, Gary. You're welcome. Oh. Okay. Sockhead360. How much sales are you still getting per month on FBA? How many sales? That's a good question. I am going to look to see what I did last month. Guys, don't you love the two-step verification every time for Amazon? I mean, I guess it's better, but, it's a little extra time to get into Amazon. At any rate, let's see. Last month. So today I have 9 sales so far. Let's see. Custom. November. Okay, who asked me that? Oh shoot, where am I? Sorry guys, I'm still getting used to this dealing with it. Okay, so how many sales are you still getting? Okay, so in November I had 256 sales, and that was 189 were CDs. Well, there might have been some vinyl, but it was probably, if there were, not very many. I have maybe a few dozen vinyl still there. 64 books, TV and video, so that was probably VHS tape. But yeah, basically 256. The average sale price was $14. So that answers your question. My numbers are not nearly as high as I would like them to be, because I just don't have as much inventory in as I have in the past for a variety of reasons. One of them being the fees, FBA fees. I sold off a lot of my stuff, or had it sent back to me, or destroyed, given to Amazon earlier this year, because I just had too much in there that was not worth keeping. and paying the storage fees on. So, you know, lean and mean and all that. So now I'm down to, I have anywhere between 1,300 to 1,400 depending right now. So last year at this time I had over 2,000 items. I probably had like 2,500 or so, and I had a lot more sales, but you know, I had more items in. So, and I also had just prepared a lot for well, December specifically, and this year I kind of got caught between, you know, doing a little getting into eBay and not focusing as much on FBA. So my sales numbers are definitely down, but for this kind of where my focus is right now is to get my FBA business side of the business back up, my numbers back up in terms of sending a lot more in. This past month or so, about 3 to 4 weeks, I've sent in a lot of books and some CDs, and my sales have gone up with that. And I have about 50 items right now that are, I think, just getting checked in or around that. Mostly books with some CDs into a warehouse. So yeah, so my numbers are definitely, my sales are down just because my inventory amount that I have in inventory is down. But this next year, so basically I'm already thinking about back to school in January and February, and then also in August, and then next holiday season, 2018. But basically I just want to, so when in a year from now, instead of having 1,400 items in inventory, I'd like to have at least double that, hopefully more. I'd want to shoot for 3,000 or more would be ideal. But I want to get my sales up dramatically with CDs. If this works out, this new source works out, and he's consistent, and I can get through these CDs, you know, get a load a month from him, and depending on how many he can actually give me realistically, consistently, that will help dramatically to get my numbers back up, and be able to increase those sales. So yeah, that's where I am. I feel like I kind of missed out on this holiday season because I just didn't have enough items in stock. But I'll still make a decent amount of money. And then with back to school, I sent in some good higher priced school books. So as the students start to buy books, I should make some nice sales with that. I found a good amount of higher priced textbooks in, or you know, school books, textbooks in about 5 Gaylords that I had not gone through yet in my storage unit, and I've gone through all of them and sent in everything for FBA. It's all, well, this last shipment was the last of it that I think is getting checked in today. And I went to the thrift store this last week, and I already scanned those in, listed those, and just waiting to get more CDs to send in. But yeah, that's a long-winded answer, but there you go. Whoops. Let's see. So, Barb asked, did you ever hire an eBay helper? I tried. This one guy, it didn't work out. He it just, you know, it's hard to find decent help. So basically, no, I tried, but it didn't work out. And my office situation, I don't want to go into it now. Maybe I'll make a video about it, but it didn't really work out as well. The location and whatnot, and I had to get out of the office. So I'm just working from home, and I have my storage unit. But the priority for me, I'm still doing eBay, but you know, I kind of slowly drip in products when I can. But I'm trying to just get my FBA numbers up a lot and build it up so that I have consistent sales, not just during the great times of the year like the holidays, and back to school, but all year long. Because I saw that with CDs. Books sell all year too, but CDs do as well. I mean, people buy music all year long. So, you know, being ungated, being fortunate to be able to sell CDs and vinyl, it can be a consistent income basically. And so I'm going to try to go heavy into that. But no, at this point, I mean, I still would like to find a person that I can trust and will show up on time and list for me on eBay, because I still have a lot of stuff to list. But for now, I just want to get my numbers up with Amazon and slowly do eBay. And then someone asked, BTS asked, is there any easy... Oops. Oh, I can actually... Okay. Is there any easy way to get unrestricted on FBA for selling CDs? No. I believe there's a way with CD Baby. Manny knows more about that if he's still here. But I believe there's a way to get, or to be able to sell certain, let's see. Oh, okay. Probably ask Manny about that, but if he's still here, he can probably answer that more thoroughly. But I think there is a way with getting invoices from CD Baby if you make an order there or something along those lines. That's the only way I've heard of, because Amazon's become so... oh shoot. Okay. Ahorita? Okay, I have to hold on a second. I'm gonna have to stop the recording right now.